Liechtenstein, or officially the Principality of Liechtenstein, is a small Germanic microstate that is located in between the Swiss Confederation and Austria with a very interesting history. Existence as a principality started in 1719 when the territories Vaduz and Schellenberg were bought by the Holy Roman Emperor Charles VI. Throughout its history, it usually sided with whoever could uphold the sovereignty of Liechtenstein. For example, during the Napoleonic Wars, they at first sided with the Holy Roman Empire and Austrian Empire. However, after both powers were defeated, Liechtenstein sided with the French, and Napoleon recognized Liechtenstein as its own nation. Another example is during World War I, when they mostly kept ties with Austria-Hungary for economic reasons. But when Austria-Hungary collapsed, Liechtenstein later would connect itself more to the Swiss Confederation for both economic and protection reasons, because in World War II the Nazis did consider invading Liechtenstein, but decided it was not worth it. Liechtenstein still exists today, maintaining a neutrality policy like the Swiss Confederation. They are not part of the European Union, but they are part of the EEC, or the European Economic Community, and they are also in the Schengen area. However, when doing research for this video, there is no clear answer whether Liechtenstein is part of NATO or not. When first looking it up on Google, the first answer you will get as of now is yes, they joined in 1999, and they were one of the first former Warsaw Pact members to join NATO. What? And another Google result says Liechtenstein is not in NATO because they are still at war with the Kingdom of Prussia. Seriously, what? But when you look at sites like Quora, there are results saying Liechtenstein is not in NATO, and when trying to find maps of the NATO members, some include Liechtenstein as NATO members, while others do not. So for now, I cannot say whether Liechtenstein is in NATO or not. Seriously, what? There are many interesting facts and stories about this nation. For example, it is one of the only nations to be double landlocked, which means it is landlocked by two other landlocked nations. An interesting story about Liechtenstein is when the Russian Empire offered to sell Alaska to the small Germanic state. The reason this offer was made was because at the time the royal family of Russia and the royal family of Liechtenstein were closely tied. Despite this, the trade offer didn't go through, and Alaska would eventually go to the USA. Another, and probably the most interesting story, is when Liechtenstein sent 80 soldiers to help fight against Prussia. However, when the army returned, there are now 81 soldiers, because along the way the army met an Italian who became their friend and joined the army. Despite its size, Liechtenstein has managed to have a long, interesting history that have made great use for YouTube content. That's all for now. I'll see you guys next time.